Better has a number of items as well.
Mr. Better.
Thank you, Judge.
Honestly, go fuck yourself, sir. You don't say that, okay? You don't lose a trial where a jury acquits someone and finds overwhelmingly not guilty and say, I gave my sincere obligation to look into this, and I'm telling you all I saw when she's guilty. Again, respectfully, go fuck yourself.
Swear again like that. That was, no, I mean, whatever. That was, I shouldn't have done that.
A few moments later.
You, as a prosecutor, have got to be out of your fucking mind.
Nose.
Dude, Jimmy, look at those ears.
The ears don't bother me as much.
No, I don't trust a man. I don't trust a man with a lobe like that. No,
really,
not a fucking chance.
The mouth is butthole to me.
Very thin, paper thin.
The nose.
Oh, the nose.
The brows.
Well, listen, I will tell you though, I kind of like a fucked up nose on a guy.
I like a big old honker. I like a big nose.
Old nose. Give me that big bitch. You know,
yeah,
like, I'm into it.
Come over here, cluck cluck.
Yeah.
I see some chickens that went moving all up in my biz, cluck cluck. You gotta be with the kids, the kids, the kids, the kids, the kids, kids.
And I go, oop, clutch, clench, kegel. We did it all. And I go, oh, and what happened? And they go, well, we just got 4,000 plus pages, bitch. And I said, stop it. Show me it. Take me to Unimpound Town immediately, if not sooner. So what happens?
The bitch is here.
Why are you at a football game? Are you a Fonz correspondent?
Well, no, because it's only for men over 30. Okay? Have a great night, boys. Fuck off.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
Hey, Blues Clues, motherfucker.
Hello, lovies. Happy, what is it, Tuesday? It is February 17th, 2026. And I'm a hot mess. Look at this. She's got one of these in her hair. All right. She's ill. I'm knee deep in Theraflu, but I was coming to you, baby. Do you have the ick? Are you sick? I am. I almost burnt the house down 7 minutes ago, and that was interesting. With a not a straightener, a curling iron. I was trying to like do a little curl, and I was like, "Oh, I'm burning the house down." My face is running. My throat feels egregious. I have put on more makeup to look like a human being than you want to know. All right. So let's get into this shit show. And I'm going to be slurping. There's going to be sounds. There's going to be things that you're like, I don't want to hear it, but I'm going to be here. I have an ear, my right ear. I can't hear out of it. Is this selective hearing loss? Perhaps. I don't know, but I am under the weather. I'll say that. My nose is raw. I need Aquaphor, but we're going to figure it out. We're together. Also, housekeeping items before we get started. Hi, how are you? Hi, I love you. Oh, you've got it. Oh, Lauren, you have it. I know. You know what it is? Viral. It's viral. That's it. There's nothing to do. We can't do anything about it except live our lives, babes. That's it. Oh, look at, who is she? I don't even know. What are we doing right now? You can't even see me. All right, whatever. No, I guess you can see me. So yeah, if you've got the ick, I've got the ick, and we're just trying to do this together. But at some point today, I realized on YouTube that, like, you know how we've been talking mostly in members only, but also on public streams about like the Charlotte Tilbury, the lip liner, the pillow talk, the little lippy gloss, and the number 91. Hold please. I put it on this video, so you can go get it if you want to. And I think it says that I get like a reward point if you do buy it. So give me reward points, babes. If I can get Sephora rewards, I don't have a brand deal. Okay, but maybe we can make it happen. Can I get Theraflu to sponsor me? Perhaps. I don't know. Let us breathe. Okay, we're together again. Oh, look at. Thank you so much, Sharon P, for becoming a new member at this insane house. All right, focus, Kim. Oh, also, babes, did you know? Look at this. Do you see the tip of this? Just the tip. I didn't. This might be a blonde moment, but I had no idea that you actually could sharpen a pencil, like a lip liner. So usually the ones I get are like little crankers, right? And so when a tip broke off of the Charlotte Tilbury, and I go, it's over. I said, I just had this for a second. I just had it for 4 applications. How has this happened? And then I don't want to tell you who told me. A child said, Ma, you need a sharpener, a pencil sharpener. And I go, for what? And she's like, to sharpen the pencil. So it appears I'm going to have a long life with this bitch. Okay, stop. All right, I'm done. That is it. I didn't know that. Look it. And McAlbert's Warden says, you are slow. Truth. I can't take it away from myself. Yeah, just a bad choice. I didn't know. And you don't know. Listen, it's reading Rainbow with me. You figure things out. I'm smart on some things, incredibly dumb on others. And at least I admit it, right? Okay. So I wanted to talk about the year of the dragon while we're together. Not the year of the dragon, the year of the snake ending. And now we are entering the year of the fire horse. Look at this visual. Look at it. Can you see it? Okay. So it's like talking about our snaking, and then now we're horsing. We need to read it, because if you've been me and I've been you and you've been all of us, then we know since 2020, but also for at least the last, 2 years, it's been actual hell. If you're a Capricorn, it's been hell for you for the last 18 or 16 years. Like, we've just been going through it, and now we're out. We're Chinese New Yearing. So let's read this together and feel motivationally charged. So in 2025, it was the year of the snake. And the year of the snake taught us how to shed what no longer fits. It was a season of quiet clarity, one that asked us to slow down, listen honestly, and recognize where we were living out of habit instead of truth. The lesson wasn't about rushing change, but about understanding why it was necessary. The snake reminded us that growth often happens invisibly, and that letting go is not an ending, but a preparation for what comes next. Clutch. If we had pearls, we do have pearls. Okay, we're clutching. And so now we're into the 2026 lunar or Chinese New Year, just started, I think today or yesterday. And the year of the fire horse is the year of the horse brings movement, change, and forward momentum. Where the snake revealed the truth, the horse asks us to act on it, to trust our instincts, to choose freedom over familiarity, and move boldly toward what feels aligned. This is a year of embodiment and expansion, where clarity turns into action and confidence grows through passion. The shedding is done, and now we run. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ancient Chinese zodiac. Hit me. Hit it. All right. I'm about to get a blackjack, bitch, in life. Can you feel it? We just got to get through this. We got to get through this little bit of a cold or viral something, but we are going to get there. And I feel like it's impacting all of us. Right? I know. Don't be hating one. Us, says Shauna Lee, 4383. Wait, I can't say the name. And we're horsing. We're so excited. Oh, and Emily Ahern says, oh, I shed 50 pounds in the year of the snake. So this speaks to me, although hopefully I'm not done shedding. Babe, you shed it. I found it, apparently. Oh, she's in a thickum season. However, listen, all things are possible. Let's run with the horse. We're so excited. We're done shedding. We're done. We've done it. And haven't we shed? Think about your lives, babes. Think about everything, personally, professionally, friendships, relationships. Like, do you? And I also think, I know this is it's controversial, but happiness, you can attain it, right? And like, you don't have to be miserable or be comfortably miserable because that has been the familiarity that you've lived. And you should always have yourself as a priority. And no matter how many other people you take care of, whether it's for your job or for your families, like, put you on the list. You deserve it. Okay. I love your face. Let's go. Wow. I loved that though. Thank you, Snake. And then what did I do this one? Oh, this is a good one too. 2026, the year to rise. 2025 stripped you back to the truth. It forced you to face yourself, to drop the dead weight. Oh, that was for you. And walk away from anything built on fear. That was the clearing. This is the ignition. 2026 carries the energy, forward motion, the horse, movement, courage, and a kind of inner strength that you couldn't access until now because we didn't know what we didn't know, including how to fucking sharpen a lip liner. This year, you stop circling your potential and actually step into it. The year your growth outpaces your doubt. The year life finally meets you at the level you've been climbing toward. No more holding back. No more shrinking to fit in old rooms. 2026 is the year you rise into the version of you that was always waiting. Stop. Stick a pin in me. Okay, that's it. Babes, I'm like, are we falcon? What are we doing? It's so exciting. I love the Chinese New Year and the zodiacs. Okay. And Mark, thank you to Mark Cunningham, one of my 7 male fans. We appreciate you. And yes, allegedly, maybe. It is so cute. Queen, Val, stop. I know you obsessed. Agreed. Okay. So I love that. And I love that for us all. We needed to talk about it. So, okay. I was on the Twitter and I see that there's this like kind of, it's a little chaotic today, which you're like, bitch, it is every day, which you're correct. But it was specifically chaotic today. And it's in regards to Kelsey Fitzsimmons and her case. And you know that Tim Bradle filed the motion to recuse Judge Kathleen. There's a whole rigmarole. She's scheduled to go to trial next month. Kelsey's got a lot going on. And there was a video, I guess, that was posted to her Facebook page. And I'm not playing it because there are people that are thinking that, like, if you put it on a Facebook page or if you put it on social media, that it should be able to be played. And there's other people that say, well, that was private and only to her private group. So I don't want to upset her in any way, shape, or form. And if she didn't want it up, I'm just going to hold back. But I took a couple of things from it that she said that were so intense and impactful to me as a mom and as a woman, and seeing her go through this the way that she has, and her strength and her conviction and the sadness that is palpable. Like, babes, this young woman, this young mother is so strong. Like, I'll get emotion. And I think that she is able to have a moment of vulnerability when she was speaking, and it was only like 7 minutes, right? Like, I don't know if I said that already. Okay, she's on OTC meds. And she was talking about her son's first birthday. She's not with her son. She hasn't held her baby since her baby was taken from her arms, from her home, and she was shot by Officer Noonan in June of 2025. Ew. Okay. And she tells us that she had her sister, who was supposed to be her baby's godmother, bought her baby a bear and bought her a bear. And she just was like hoping to have a picture of that so that she could feel close, right? Like she just wanted to feel like a closeness and know that, like, if he has one and I have one, I get it. I was like, yes, queen, I understand what you're saying. And she said that he didn't get that, or like he wasn't given a bear, and that she said that she doesn't sleep. And I heard it, and I heard it loud and clear, because I don't sleep well either. Like, I get maybe 3, 4, 5, if I'm lucky, hours of sleep. Unless I'm like, I might tonight. Oh, if I hit a tonin, I might take a siesta till tomorrow at 6 a.m. as soon as I get off here. But she was talking about how that she would sing every day to her baby, "You are my sunshine," and that the words of "do not take my sunshine away" mean so much more to her now. And I felt that. I felt that in my soul, in my spirit. And she says that she hopes that he can hear her, or like, that he knows her voice and stuff. And I remember specifically us doing a stream, babes, that we said, like, Kelsey, he knows you. He knows you. You made him. He lived with you. He's part of you. He knows your smell. He knows your voice. He knows everything. He knows your heartbeat like you know his. And I know that the time is feeling like torture for her. But I hope that she knows from all of us, and that she'll have that reassurance when she is able to hold him and love him, that he never forgot, ever. And that she'll be back with him. And like, oh, my heart was breaking. So she said that it's like living, in hell with this whole situation. And she will do anything for her son, which I was like, noted, check, I understand. And she's like, I'm scared of not knowing how long it's going to be, how much longer it's going to be. How much can we relate to that? Like the fear of the unknown, babes. It's the worst. We have no control. But you have to give that up, like, to God, to your higher power, to whoever you believe in, to something bigger than you, to your ancestors, to your, give it up to your baby and say, like, whatever time is needed, it is time that is needed, and we'll all work out, because what is meant to come back to you and the injustices that she has faced, she will be rewarded in the next life. I'll tell you that. But for this one, she's a soldier. And you just keep battling on for that beautiful baby boy. Okay? And just have the faith in your team, in your family, in yourself. That, like, I'm going to just keep pushing. And there are going to be days that you want to fall apart, and there's going to be days you do fall apart. And you know what, Kelsey? That's okay, because we pick you up. And then we don't even bring it up ever again, because that's what powerful women do. We see you, we lift you, we dust you off, and you continue to go. And I just wanted her to know that. And she also said that, like, she has a palpable pain in her chest. Like, think about, like, somebody having angina, or like when you have a panic attack and you feel like an elephant is sitting on your chest, if you've ever known that feeling. And it is immense pressure and heartbreak. And that's what she said she feels, and that she always wanted to be a mom. And she's like, I don't need anyone to tell me that I'm a good mom because I know the fuck I am. And I was like, yeah, duh, queen, you got this. And this was one sentence that just like I felt it on a cellular level. Is she said, when I was pregnant, no one could take him from me because he's within you, right? Like when you're growing life and you're creating a human, it's a mom and a baby. We need dad for approximately 36 seconds, but we need mom for entire gestation period. And that's like the saying of the meaning of my heart literally walks outside of my body with my daughters. And I know that she feels that about her son. And how sad, though, that she's looking back on her pregnancy. Think of the trauma of that, of like, no one could take him when he was inside of me because they would have had to take me too. And I was like, I'm going down. And then she said when she had him that it was a miracle. She was part of a miracle. And if you believe, which like I do, and if you don't, you don't hate me, but life is a miracle. And there is nothing more powerful than the fact that a sperm and an egg become a human, and that you create a spinal column, and that you create a brain and earlobes, good earlobes, and like 10 fingers, 10 toes, God willing. And you are, or 11, give one for good luck. And you are doing all the things. You're creating a actual human. And then you're going to push them out of your vahoon, directly out of your puss. And then you come back to life and you're like, oh, I didn't die. I just pushed a bowling ball out of a pea-sized hole. Miracle. It's miraculous. I didn't have that exact same experience as she did. I had one numb leg and one not numb leg. And I was like, I'd rather never do that again. But she loved it. I loved the after, but the during, no thank you. And she also said the final thing was that like she shouldn't be speaking, and she knows that she should be quiet and to just trust the process. But the pictures and memories aren't good enough anymore because all she wants is her baby. And I say to that, Kelsey, come to my house. Come on over. Come on. Maybe we can't talk about the case, but let's talk about other things. Let's talk about whatever you want, medical things. Let's talk about your healing. Let's talk about anything that won't get you in trouble, but let's talk. Because talking to people, talking to women, talking to other mothers, and feeling like you're not alone, I would love to. Anytime you tell me, also, you don't have to. I'm just go anywhere you want. But I would love to talk to you and to just let you know and to give you like the vibes and all the good feelings of we've got you. And we will until your baby is back in your arms and until you are exonerated for a crime that not only you didn't commit, but rather that a crime was committed against you, in my opinion. So if ever you want to, cordial invitation, bop on over. I won't make you a Theraflu. I'll make you a tea. I'll get us some pastries, and we can talk all the shit. All right? Okay. I just wanted you to know that. And then it was like really nice in the video too, guys. Again, this was only 7 minutes, but then she was like her doggy helped her. and and seeing like a golden retriever love her. I always trust babies and animals, okay? You can be a fake ass bitch and no one can know, but if an animal doesn't like you, I don't. Okay? You know what else? If a small child has the weirdo creeps about you, I don't like ya. Something's off. And I'm not going to say I haven't been wrong in my life, because I have. But like, to see her dog come to her and to try to give his or hers healing vibes, I was like, this is incredible. They're so in tune. We do not deserve animals. And she does not deserve the pain that she is going through. So we're here for you, Kelsey. We support you. Don't be embarrassed. If you're embarrassed by that video, don't be, because it pulled on every bit of my heartstring. If you didn't want it out there, like super public because of the case, I get it, but you didn't do anything wrong. You didn't say anything wrong. So I just want you to know that we got your back. Yes. And Lauren, you want to come over? Mm-hmm. We'll all do it together. Oh, and if any of my lovies, or I can do it as soon as I get off, can we put Kelsey's defense fund in the chat, guys? And then I could put it in my video. Just if anyone is feeling froggy tonight and you are moved and you think that there has been an injustice and you are looking forward to Kelsey fighting, not only for herself, not only for her child, but for the rest of us in the Commonwealth that don't need the bullshit. Don't need it. Ew. Stop. Should have never gone down. Every policy, every protocol, every fucking best team and psychiatric emergency, and that we can have ex parte motions that are just drawn up and there's no actual evidence. There's no bruising. There's no history of abuse. And yet you can remove a child. I mean, things need to be reformed so badly. And not just in Massachusetts, everywhere. There has to be a balance between us not wanting to let our children, the most precious and the most vulnerable in our society, to fall through the cracks and to have situations like Harmony Montgomery, right? But then on the other hand, it can be weaponized and your child can be used as a pawn between parents, and potentially that you're having these moves that are made only for spite and to hurt the other adult. It has nothing to do, and you do not have the interest of your child in mind when you're playing with that kind of fire, in my opinion. If you hate your baby mama or baby daddy more than you love your child, then pull some shit like this. But if you love your child more than your hatred for the other person who created a life with you, then you need to do better. And you should not weaponize statutes and courts and the family court system and the cracks in it. Always. Allison in Wonderland says kids shouldn't be weaponized ever. And Sarah Widger says pawns is what it is. Mine is sister-in-law wanting to raise her as her own. Oh, I'm sorry, babe. Ugh, I can't. The family court system is really tricky, treacherous. And Lauren says Justin is scum. I don't know him, but I got a real good feeling that he's a fuckface. Sorry, pardon my French. I'm on one. All right, babes. Next, what happened? Oh, okay. I got to tell you this. Oh, you're going to be excited? You're going to be proud of me? Yes, you will. So remember how, like, last month I did a stream on the forensic room ladies, they had Chris Albert on, and hold on, I'm just pulling it up. And they did a copyright strike against me. I said, what the fuck is this? Because nobody, not even Kevin from Yellow Cottage Tales, had ever tried to copyright strike me. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, he's a public figure, first of all. Secondly, I'm commenting and criticizing, or, just even for it being commentary, it's transformative because I'm giving my opinion on what he's saying. And I'm like, that is 100% covered by fair use. And they did it to everyone. They did it to Will. I think they did it to Aiden. I know they did it to Broken Baker. I know they did it to Mel. Oh gosh, Something's Off podcast. They did it to them. They did it to Loophole Lawyer. They did it to every single creator, saying that was their intellectual property, like their fucking Dateline. I go, oh, okay, all right. This is a syndicated network, babe. So I write a little counterclaim back, and it had been over 2 weeks, and I was like, damn, they're never going to give it back to me. You don't get paid on it. You don't get anything. And I had a lot of views on that, asshole. And also, I didn't have to have them get all the views from watching it because they just talk about nothing and over each other. I just was like, let Chris talk. So I get a notification this morning at 3:00, which also, what are we doing at YouTube headquarters that you're sending out emails at 3:18 a.m. to Nurse Kim's? And they say your video has been restored. I said, oh, is this the year of the horse? Is this the year of the horse? Are we running? Watch me gallop over your ass, right? So I was like, fucking A. Yes, put that bitch back up. They do. They put her back up, and then, oh, get to your profile, silly goose. And then watch this. You'll be like, nuh-uh. Yeah. What am I doing? I'm going to add this, share it. Can she follow steps? Oh, that's dramatic. Sorry. All right. I shared, I think. Add it. All right, babes. So I get this little handy dandy. Oh, it was 3:01, not 3:18. Dear Nurse Kim, can you see this? Are you here? Yeah, okay. Dear Nurse Kim, in accordance with the Digital Millennial Copyright Act, we've completed processing your counter notification. And the following videos have been restored unless you deleted them. Thankful, whatever your YouTube care team. And so then I write just a little, I was trying to be a shady little bitch. And I write, hey, YouTube, you have a policy on filing fraudulent copyright claims. Maybe review the volume submitted by this channel. My reaction video has been successfully restored. And if you weren't one of the views before it was unjustly removed, check it out, right? Because Chris Albert needed to be. Well, sure as shit, babes. I get something back from Team YouTube. Stop it. And I go, yeah, again, galloping over everyone's ass this year. Okay. Trot to Boston, bitch. And it says, hi. Oh, no, they're not bitchy. Sorry. They're replying to Real Nurse Kim. Hi. We take the misuse of our copyright tools very seriously and take strong action when we find abuse. And then in quotes, including terminating channels and kicking companies out of the content ID. Please continue to dispute claims if you think we made an error. And so I hit him with a tick, tick, boom. Misuse/abuse of copyright tools for the forensic room. They have 1.76 thousand subscribers, 33 videos. And they're just an incredible weekly fucking live show that refocuses on fact-based true crime reporting. Babes, you don't even know how the internet works, and I suck at the internet. Trust me, okay? I have never found a desktop that I can actually put myself where I'm supposed to be. I have blacked out on the World Wide Web. I believe that a reader is me when I'm talking about going through sidebars. Okay. So we know I don't know shit about shit, but I know that anytime anyone clips me or uses my words and puts shit up about me that I said on my stream, and they're commenting or criticizing or whatevering, that they have the right to do that. And these women have continuously lied about like how they were doing it. They were like, "Oh, well, you were sniping our stream while it happened." Nope, I did it the next day. I did it the next day and only did like, I don't know, maybe an hour segment of the however long they did, but I only took the parts that I wanted to hear what Chris Albert said. Select board member Chris Albert, brother of Brian Albert, homeowner of 34 Fairview. Because there was inconsistencies, in my opinion, of what he had said previously on the stand. And the girls were asking him questions. And again, not really legal savvy, although they play him on Twitter. I just thought it would be great for any other legal representatives that maybe wanted to hear where this interview went. And anytime anybody criticizes you, you think that you can just copyright strike them? Babe, don't go on the internet then. Because every day someone's going to tell you, go piss in a garage, you fat, ugly bitch. Like, oh, it's okay. Come again. And Kim is Ladybug says they can get their channel taken down for striking your channel fraudulently. Kim's a ladybug. Let me tell you something, babe. I read the policy. You know how I'm a weirdo and I like to read. Like, I read everything. I'm like, something is not right here. Well, I wrote that in my counterclaim. I was like, this is bullshit. Minus I didn't say that because I'm a smart and pretty person. And I was like, no, you can't just do this. And it's not just me. Look into that volume. Look into the fact that they know damn right well after all of these have come back, including you copyright striked a attorney, the loophole lawyer. You think he didn't know? Stop it. And now you're just building a file against yourself that shows that you are incredibly careless at best and nefarious at worst in order to take down people that have differing opinions than you. Ew. You've given me the ick. That's true. Leah Benoit says, NK, they just want to control the narrative. I understand, but that's why you have to do a good job. Here's the thing. Yeah, everyone's going to spin it. You see it with Aiden. You see it with Karen. You see it on Archie. Anything, anyone can try to control and keep things under wraps. But if you're good, and if you were ballsy enough to have witnesses from one of the biggest murder trials in our Commonwealth's history, you should have been knocking it out of the park. You should have been prepared. You should have had all of your ducks in a row in order for you to be the voice of whoever the fuck you want to be, of the McCabe's and Alberts. But you didn't. And when we had questions and we said, oh, I'm sorry. That isn't what happened. I have questions. Because we have elephant brains, babe, and we remember everything. So you can't tell us shit. And when we call you on things that are like, hey, this is a discrepancy, then you want to silence us. That feels kind of intimidating to me. I don't know. Does it? Just saying. And Chronically Challenged says, what if they created a channel to copyright strike and get names to do whatever McAlberts do? Well, not only did they get that, Chronically Challenged, they got our names, they got our addresses, they got everything. Because when you file the counterclaim, you have to provide all that. And I mean, for me, it's like, what else? You know, I've been on different platforms and have my full name. It is what it is. My address, I've been, listen, people have fucked with me for over 2 years, so I don't care. But like for smaller channels, for other people that are their anonymity, and especially when we know the climate of the vitriol that came from Karen Reed's case, stop it. The vitriol that Aiden has faced because he asked questions that, they made you uncomfortable. Yeah, that sucks. But it's not a crime. It's not a crime to be uncomfortable and to ask you things in public places. Just saying. Okay. I'm behind. Shit, I don't want to go back. Stay with me, Christy. And Val knows exactly. And Baker won too. We all are winning. We're all winning. So you know what? The forensic room is losing. And I hope that when they see that they tried to copyright strike every single motherfucking one of us and that we all won multiple times, that should be a red flag. And maybe they should either be, given a slap on the wrist. Don't do it again. Don't be an asshole. Like, it's not that hard. Sorry. Oh, Chris, you're lost. The Forensic Room is a channel that consists of several women, including like friends of the McCabe's and the Alberts and Julie Carpenter, okay, who is just a Twitter dream, a fever dream maybe, and Tuesday Gazette, a journalist, and she is award-winning, allegedly, and they all have this channel, and they're kind of interviewing. They did Kerry Roberts, they did Chris Albert, they did a friend. Is it James Jackson? No, what was his name, Mr. Jack? They did a friend. I think it is James Jackson, actually, of Officer John O'Keefe, and they're trying to like present the YouTube side of the McCabe's and Alberts. The fucking stupidest room. Stop it. Oh, and Jen Fox says they don't even know the case and that Karen is free. I mean, like, God, we did this twice. Do we not recall? Oh, John Jackson, not James Jackson. My bad. It is like watching The View. It is like watching The View. Absolutely. Sometimes I watch a lot, like anytime I watch a panel show, I'm like, what is happening right now? Okay, good. I'm glad you got it, Chrissy. All right, good. And the Canton Coven. Guys, in the specific one that I was watching about with Chris Albert, like I only did the review of the one just because I thought it was appropriate. Like Kerry Roberts, yes, you could go over that all day. John Jackson, yes, you could go over that. But for Chris Albert, like just him being a selectman, his previous history with what the vehicular homicide in 1995. And it's just like his candor and his demeanor. And he's also a prick on Twitter to me. So I was like, I just wanted to see. And he actually did breaking news on their on their podcast or whatever the fuck the forensic room is. And they were saying, he said he's not going to run again. And I just wanted to say, hey, Chris, you wouldn't have fucking won. So maybe work on your recipe at D&E Pizza. Thank you, sir. All right. Then what else happened? So that was great. That was a day. That was a victorious day for the fire horse and us galloping over people. Okay, here we go. Then in the YouTube, today was also Karen Reed civil trial or civil motion hearing. And this was about the email. And that she had like CC'd back to everybody when Karen got an email. She was blind CC'd on it. And then she did reply all. Very something I can relate to. I would do that. Absolutely. I probably have done that more times than I'd like to admit. But Alan Jackson was there. He was on Zoom. And it's 20 minutes thanks to who? The Trial Channel. They've put it together for us. So let us switch this over and we'll watch it together. I'm going to share this tab instead. Did I do it correctly? No one knows, but it's provocative. Yes. All right. Can I make you big? Yes, get big. All right, babes. Let us. Oh, look at him. Isn't he an interesting character? Okay. Play.
Or is civil action number 2483 CV00692.
Hi, AJ.
Paul O'Keefe, individually and personal representative of the estate of John Joseph O'Keefe III et al.
Thank you, Trial
versus
Channel.
CNC Hospitality LLC et al. Your Honor, we have the parties present by way of Zoom. We have Attorney Diller for the plaintiff. We have Attorney Beaton for defendant CNC. We have Attorney Tang and Attorney Bell and Attorney Seligson, Attorney Rosenberg and Attorney Jackson present on behalf of Attorney Reed. Excuse me, Defendant Reed.
Good afternoon, counsel.
Good afternoon.
So,
Good
to
afternoon.
Attorney Diller and Attorney Seligson, a couple of general points. I purposely did not ask for you to provide me with the email in question so I could have the benefit of argument without knowing its content. However, to decide the issue of possible preclusion of any future use of the email for impeachment purposes, I think I will need to see the email. So I'll ask Attorney Seligson to provide to Clerk Donovan in a sealed envelope a copy of the email.
From your lips
That's
to God's
fine, Your Honor. We'll do that right away.
Okay, next, let's dispense with any back and forth on what the rules of professional conduct and claimed impropriety on the part of Attorney Diller. Attorney Seligson, I think your one Superior Court decision may not constitute.
James, wasn't that everything? Attorney Reed. Oh, I mean Defendant Reed. Yeah.
Sufficient case law for an attorney to understand their obligations under these unique circumstances. And let's all agree that the circumstances here are unique, just like they were in the Charm case.
Oh.
We can all agree that inadvertent disclosures usually involve an attorney producing in discovery a document that should not have been sent out. In this case, the disclosure involves a client. And Attorney Diller, let's also be aware that I see no reason not to credit Attorney Seligson's affidavit about blind copying his client being a one-time event. So what I see to be the questions here are, like Charm, whether Ms. Reed has shown that she and her counsel took reasonable steps to preserve the confidentiality of the communication, and two, even if the answers to interrogatories in the inadvertently shared email don't provide plaintiffs any additional areas of impeachment, as suggested by Attorney Seligson, what if future sworn statements of Ms. Reed in the email do? So let's try and tailor your arguments accordingly. So Attorney Seligson, it's your motion, so I'll hear from you first.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate the opportunity, and I think you synthesizing the issues really will cut to the chase here. You referenced the Charm case, Judge, and of all the cases that there are on inadvertent disclosure, and there are many, And there are many in Massachusetts and there are many around the country. The charm case could not be more on point. Judge Fabricant faced the exact same issue.
It's probably the only case about a client inadvertent disclosure in Massachusetts, right?
That is correct, John. I was not able to find anything else where, as you said, it's normally the lawyer who includes something in a batch of documents, or an outside service has included something in a batch of documents, and the lawyer on the other side of the case gets that inadvertent disclosure. Here you have, in the advent of digital communications, you have an attorney in charm emailing opposing counsel, copying his co-counsel, blind copying his client. The client gets the communication, intending only to respond to his lawyer, writes back to everybody through a reply all. Judge Fabricant explains how that can happen to anybody. And what she does is she analyzes whether or not the lawyer...
Judge Fabricant, Judge Fabricate, Judge Fabricant. Love it. Oh, that's the OTC med. Sorry, guys.
And the client acted expeditiously. And she uses the word, used maximum effort to recognize the error, address the error, try and reclaim the communication, because it was not a voluntary disclosure. In that case, Judge Fabricant granted the motion to strike that email, agreed that there was no waiver, because the lawyer, even though he had done that once before, he had blind copied his client, and the client had replied all. And even though the lawyer in that case simply asked the receiving lawyer to delete, destroy, and not use the email, did nothing more. Months later, that email is attached to an exhibit, to a motion for summary judgment opposition, and suddenly the lawyer thinks he needs to move to strike. So the email really wasn't reclaimed in the same way we have done, in stark contrast to that case and those facts. I've sworn in an affidavit which you credit, Your Honor, and I appreciate that because it's sworn under oath, and I stand by it. This is a one-time event, one-time incident where Ms. Reed was blind copied. Inadvertently, she replied to all, not intending for anyone but her counsel to get that reply. That squares with charm. Immediately, my colleague Aaron Rosenberg reached out to Mr. Diller. That was 39 minutes later. Recognized there was a reply to all, recognized there was an inadvertent disclosure, demanded that it be deleted, destroyed, and not used. Mr. Diller said no, or didn't respond. I then reached out 44 minutes later, confirming, delete it, confirm you've deleted, don't use it, confirm you're not going to use it. Same thing, trying maximum effort to reclaim the privilege, to reclaim the inadvertent disclosure. We then had back and forth with Mr. Diller for a number of days. He refused to comply with us. We then served a motion. So we used the maximum effort. There was no pattern of behavior like this that you saw in charm. There was maximum effort to
one
reclaim
time.
it. So when you look at Judge Fabricant's analysis of the efforts by the client and her counsel, that we've done even more than Judge Fabricant allowed in.
Hi, Lovey. That is an attorney for Karen. That's an assistant with an accent. Co-counsel, if you will.
Granting the motion to strike. This is, by Attorney Diller, an opportunity which is evidenced in his opposition to our motion, Your Honor, where he actually goes so far as to make a sweeping allegation that he says that Ms. Reed and her team, in all likelihood, by her direction and or recommendation of counsel, has been blind copied on all email communications with opposing counsel since the outset of the lawsuit. That is an outrageously inaccurate statement. It doesn't even comply with Rule 11, where a lawyer signs his name to pleadings and certifies that he has a good faith basis to make such a claim. What that means is Mr. Diller.
Here's the thing, Lovies, is that they're saying that the opposition, Karen Reed versus everyone, okay, is that she has been on every single attorney privilege information, and Siegelson, which I hope I'm saying his name right, and AJ are like, it was one time, okay? And you people are trying to make this into all the time. That's why you're moving for summary judgment. You are making up wild claims with no proof, no evidence. And it's kind of ballsy. That's where Mr. Betterow will always say that civil gets very uncivil, right? There's like incivility with people. It's always like tit for tat, or it gets a little bit dirtier than criminal.
Is trying to take facts that don't exist, create this narrative of recklessness, which does not exist. This read was blind copied once, replied all once, and trying to fit that squarely in to get around what Judge Fabricant says in her opinion, which is lawyers should not take the opportunity to use something like this as an inadvertent disclosure and take advantage of that. Your Honor, for the same reasons in Charm, you should rule that there was no waiver of the attorney-client privilege here. This was not a voluntary waiver. This was an inadvertent disclosure. This fits squarely.
Pardon me. This is not Karen versus the United States of America. This is Karen versus O'Keefe. Thank you.
With Charm, we've done more than the lawyer in Charm did. We've acted faster than the lawyer in Charm did. We've proven there was no pattern like there was in Charm. And Judge Fabricant still understood the importance of the most sacred of privileges, the attorney-client privilege, and did not allow those facts to erode it. And we asked you to reach the same conclusion, Your Honor. Regarding the impeachment value of this email, we'll provide you the email in camera as you have ordered, and you will see that it squarely fits with everything Ms. Reed has answered in the second interrogatory that was posed to her. So it has no impeachment value. The plaintiff's attorney was asked to return it. There's plenty of discussion in the rules of professional responsibility in the case law about returning an email that's been inadvertently disclosed. Judge Fabricant speaks about to quote her, she says, as a matter of courtesy and in recognition of their own vulnerability, lawyers should avoid the temptation to seize opportunities arising from inadvertent disclosure. It's just, this should just end today. Mr. Diller should not be permitted to use it. He should not be permitted to disseminate it, and it should be destroyed.
Yes.
We've done everything we can to reclaim it, and I rest on those cases, Your Honor.
So you argued in your papers, and you just argued now about impeachment relative to the answer to interrogatory and the email. But what about in the future, if there were some statement under oath by your client?
Your Honor, there will not be a statement under oath that the email can be used for impeachment.
Then you get Diller Dong. Okay, he's under here, Mark Diller. Oh, shit. Can I get the CCs off? Sorry, because you guys can hear. Here's Diller Dong. Or Dildo Dong. And he was like, yeah, that's exactly, Judge. That's what we're wondering. Because what if she says something? And it's like, but she didn't. And it was one time. And also, there is only one other case in the entire Commonwealth that this has ever been done. And it was a completely different kind of set of circumstances because it was repetitive. And we know that AJ and I'm going to say his name, Salajon, whatever, accent daddy, he is saying it was only one time. And we did everything within our power to kind of put the toothpaste back into the tube. We said, hey, just get rid of that, you dummy. Try not to be a prick your whole life. And Dildo Dong was like, no, can't do it.
Purposes.
Mr. Diller, we hope not, because we're all, as lawyers, tell our clients that they can't commit perjury, but not all our clients listen to us all the time. At least my clients didn't always listen to me. So just the possibility of that in the future.
I understand, but I think that answer will be very clear for Your Honor once you see what is in the email and you compare it with what is in the interrogatory answers. I have to tread lightly because I don't want to say anything about the email, but you will see that once you read the email and you compare it with the interrogatory answers, if there was something inconsistent with the interrogatory answers, then sure, then Mr. Diller can use that for impeachment purposes. But
can we take one moment and say a prayer for Mr. Bell? What's happening? What is it? What is he watching? He's on DraftKings right now, and he's putting $50 on the NBA. He's not even present. Okay, this Mr. Tang is absolutely doing a real estate deal in another country. On Zoom time, sir?
The email itself has no impeachment value once you look at it with the interrogatory answer. There have been 2 interrogatories served on Ms. Reed. The second one asks her, and we suggested that to Mr. Diller because we were going back and forth about whether or not her first interrogatory answer he thought was needed clarification or expansion. So we suggested to him, ask another interrogatory about stating the basis for the affirmative defense in the answer to the complaint, which states somebody else was responsible for the death of John O'Keefe. In response to that interrogatory answer, we have, with Ms. Reed, assisted her, and she has signed her interrogatory answer that is consistent with what's in that email. So there's no impeachment value. He can use the interrogatory answers. What we're trying to avoid is him making the argument that somehow she has waived the privilege and he can use the email. There's no basis for it, and I think the in-camera review will answer that question squarely for you, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Attorney Diller?
Your Honor, thank you.
Wait, okay, before we do, stop it. Kelly Cardy, this is hilarious. Okay, Bell does not fit in. Who is he? Let's play Who Are They? Who is he? He's a 36-year-old male, and he is the grandson of the Taco Bell franchise. And he really just wanted airtime. He has been in like college intermittently for the last 17 years. He's really just an intern. Okay, but he said, I'll get everyone Taco Bell for the next 9 months if I'm able to come on this Zoom. I just really want to impress a girl at GameStop.
I want to address first and foremost what was just raised, which is the reply brief.
Whoa.
I think it's noteworthy that counsel for the defense did not file this motion under seal. In fact, they attached a reply brief that says verbatim, comparing this answer to the privileged communication demonstrates that there are no areas for impeachment unique to the privileged communication. And then they add as an attachment to that email.
Smells like Taco Bell and Pabst Blue Ribbon. You know it. Stop it.
The answer to interrogatory under oath statement signed by Ken Reed. All of which, given what's happened in this case, has been picked up in the news and become part of the public domain. The law's privilege is waived when its contents become public. Counsel, to the extent that there may have been a privileged communication in the email to which I did not disseminate, chose to put its contents directly into a public filing and attach the answer to interrogatory to which Attorney Sellison just communicated to you, stands for the same issues and the same facts are live. Now, I appreciate that Your Honor wants to look at this in camera. I would say...
What is happening? What is happening? Is he having a TIA? What just happened in his speech pattern? And we appreciate you want to see this in camera. Shut the fuck up. Hello? Is this thing on?
To you that I'm not
Michael
really
Bell.
sure why
Hook him
we
up.
are here at this point, given that
He needs to do the do.
I understand why it was served. I did not disseminate it based on an agreement that I had with them, but I did point out case law why I believe that.
Okay, Glarers. Hi, my Glarer Raiders. Hey, Glarer Raiders. Listen, we're watching right now. Thank you to the Trial Channel. They did a little zoop, joop, joop, which is for Karen's civil suit against the O'Keefes and the email, the blind CC email heard round the world. We have Mark Diller, who is the O'Keefe attorney, and an intern who is the Taco Bell heir, who's been an intern for 15 years. He made his way somehow onto the stream. We've got Mr. Tang, who is a Chinese developer. We have Ms. Beaton, who she is just lovely. That we needed a center square, so she's Marsha. AJ is on the screen, just doing the damn thing. Love the background. We've got Judge Session. He's a lovey. And then we have Accent Daddy, who is Karen's attorney in the upper, I don't know, left or right corner. Guys, I am knee deep in OTC medications. My throat feels like I'm swallowing glass and I have a clogged right ear, but I'm here with you. I love you.
I could use it to impeach credibility, given that there were other statements that I believe to be inconsistent with that. And then I understand after I served my opposition, why then it would be filed. But I didn't understand why there was no attempt by counsel to seek an in-seal filing of this together with the answer to interrogatory and/or an in-camera on all of it. I feel as if in Judge Fabricant's 2010 order, she's very clear that she says a client who seeks to preserve the privilege has the responsibility to be careful, particularly when using a means of communication that poses known and obvious risks. Lawyers should advise clients to be careful and avoid practices that exact those risks. And then Fabricant gives a public warning to the bar in general. It says, others should take note. Reply all is risky, so is BCC. Further carelessness may compel a finding of waiver of privilege. That was 16 years ago. The world and technology has advanced. We have all become more sophisticated with way to deal with it. We were also relying on an MCLE, which was written by a gentleman who was with the BBO, that says an argument could be made that privilege is now waived when a client replies all to something that they were copied on.
Okay, Mr. Dildoer.
That just deals with the first issue, which I think the whole thing has been waived regardless of how you interpret Fabricant's decision. But the second issue, as it relates to impeachment, we have the late, great Judge Gantz, who wrote an opinion. We have Justice Kaplan, who both issued opinions. Both suggest you can't unring the bell.
Cool. No one cares. Okay, Mark. Did you go, where were you, Mark, last summer? Did you go to Turkey? Is that a new head of hair? What are we doing? Don't wear a yellow tie like Accent Daddy. You should have to know what colors we're wearing, and you go opposite because you suck. Sorry.
I identified that there were inconsistent statements in the email that was provided to me before anybody tried to recall it or advise me that that was intended.
Oh, he's so full of shit.
Client.
Oh, he's so full of shit up to his eyeballs. Lovies, you just heard Accent Daddy say, we reached out at 38 minutes and 44 minutes. Mark Dildoer has not opened an email that quick since 97. Okay. By the time he had seen the email, he already had both requests. Okay, stop it.
Confidential communication. I then said, I'm not intending to disseminate it, but I do believe an argument's made that she's waived it. And I more so think it's significant that should she give inconsistent testimony moving forward, it certainly has impeachment value, which has been borne out by Justice Gantz, Justice Kaplan, Superior Court decisions to talk about the impeachment value of it. So ultimately, I stand by the position that, for starters, I believe that they have waived the any privilege that may have existed in the communication by publicly disseminating the content of it. And then secondarily, I have every right to use it for impeachment purposes as we move forward in this litigation. Your Honor, I rest on the papers as it relates, or will answer any questions that Your Honor has.
Your Honor, may I respond?
Sure, go right ahead.
Your Honor, the notion that a litigant would be served with an interrogatory, answer the interrogatory under oath, and then somehow be deemed to have waived the privilege is preposterous. What I'm arguing is, for impeachment value, there is none. And once you are able to see the email and compare it with the interrogatory answer, you will make that decision for yourself, I am confident. But if Mr. Diller served us with a motion and we served him with a motion and he attached signed interrogatory answers, or we attached signed interrogatory answers that have been served in the normal course, there's no waiver of the privilege. That's just not a valid argument. Second, Mr. Diller cites 2 cases in his brief, which is referenced today. Those cases actually stand for the proposition that there has been no waiver. The cases that he cites to, the Mirror Inc. versus O'Brien, the court found that the judge...
AJ is like, he's like, listen, all right, I got my background on. I got my suit. I am allowing Accent Daddy. Just give him the floor. He knows what he's doing. But you can tell at every moment, AJ, it reads all over his face, is like, I'm going to tap in.
Judge Gantz found that there was no waiver of the attorney-client privilege with an inadvertent disclosure. The case that he cites to in his brief, and he mentions as well, this is Judge Kaplan, Vigor Works versus Scancer. Judge Kaplan finds there was no waiver. Your Honor, again, this is desperation. It's an inadvertent disclosure. We've done everything we can to prove to the court.
Guys, the heir of Taco Bell just actually put in his lunch order. It's being DoorDashed in 3.5 minutes.
Under the reasonableness standard that Judge Fabricant lays out in Charm, it's the same fact pattern, same conclusion should be reached. Ask your court to allow the motion that the privilege has not been waived in part or in whole whatsoever, and that Mr. Diller, his clients, and anyone else who has had a look at that email be ordered not to be able to use it. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank you. I'll take the matter under advisement.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Dildoer.
This matter is under advisement. This matter has a next date of March 5th, 2026 at 3 p.m. for the Rule 16 conference. Thank you all.
March 5th, 3 p.m. Okay, bye. Oh, no. We're not going there. But what we will do is look at this, and we'll have this ready because we're going to be tucking and rolling soon. Listen to me. Oh, what is happening? Hello? Focus. Jesus, where's the wheel? Take it. Hello? No? Oh, do you hate me today? All right, no worries. Okay, so listen to this. That's it. That was all. That was all she wrote. I did like that when they initially were going through everything and saying that like Karen was an attorney, like they were like attorney Reed. That was everything. And yes, it's surprising that Ka, hit the reply to all. Sorry, guys, but it happens. It happens. Every once in a while, you're not perfect. I've done way worse. And that's why I have to call IT all the time. I get locked out of shit. Stop sharing that. Okay. And then, where is this? What else, guys? What do we have going on? Anything? We got to get ready. It's 8:38. Oh, I did want to say one other thing. So, yesterday, did you see about the shooter in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, at the hockey game? I was heartbroken. It was so sad. And then I saw like there was the daughter of the guy that opened fire, like family annihilated. And it was at a high school hockey game. And it was just so tragic. And that there are people that are severely injured and still hospitalized. And thank God for Good Samaritans that like actually leapt, in my opinion, to save other people's lives. Most people run from danger. And I always find it like impressive. And what is that in your fight or flight that makes certain people run towards the flame and other people run from? I like to think that in all medical circumstances that I would run too. But like in an actual like gun situation, I'm running away. I'm flighting. I'm not fighting. If it's an Irish woman at a bar, I might fight there. But I'm not doing it. If somebody like brings a gun somewhere, I like want to protect myself and others, you know? But just a tragedy, such a tragedy. And also what's happening in Rhode Island? They're kind of going through it. Our little brother is like out of control. We need to put him on timeout. Oh, absolutely. Jack says, but you would be there to help after. I most certainly would. Yeah, I would do anything I could. Like I've gone to like on a highway one time, there was a terrible rollover and someone was like trying to remove a person from the car, and you can't do that. Like you can't unless like there is a threat of the car blowing up and you like, you know, dying that way. You have to make sure that you have a cervical spine, like that you've whatever. You have to stabilize a lot of different things before you can remove someone from a vehicle. And all I could do was like put a belt on like as a tourniquet and be there to comfort, and try to say, stay with me, keep you awake. I would do anything I could to save another human. So that's that. I felt terrible for them. And as more information comes out, we will know more. But that is basically it. Now let's go through these. I want to say thank you to Cheryl with an S, not without one, has become a YouTube member. Sharon also did. Why? Because we're trying to catch Will. No, we're not. We're never going to get there. I got 800 members. Will's got 8,000. I don't know if that's accurate, but I made it up. And thank you to Dennis for giving me some Canadian Canuck bucks. Love it. I appreciate you, my friend. And tons of fun. 911 said I needed the message tonight. Lovies, if you didn't hear the beginning, go back and we talked about the year of the snake transforming into the year of the fire horse. We're all kicking ass. We're all taking names. Oh, it's Kristen, my gal, says my dog is getting big and we feel bad calling her fat. Thanks to you, now we call her Thickums. Is her name Kim? Is it a bitch named Kim? That is adorable. Okay, and she's a Thickums girl. Let her eat. Let her live. She's a happy girl. I love that. And Here for the Humanity has been a member for 1 month at Nurse Kim's house consensually. Love you, babes. You're the best. Happy day. Happy day, no matter if she is under the weather, full face, just running, throat to the gods. Thank you for bearing with me as I drank Theraflu on air, or whatever the fuck this is. And thank you to Mama She for being a member here for 2 months at my house. I don't deserve you, but only say the word and I shall be healed. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being here, babe. And Gen X gave a $1.99 and said, oh, where'd you get this sweater? You love it. Babe, I got this at the Macy's. It was in like the, okay, I got it at the Hingham. Was it not Hingham? Where is it? Maybe it was Hanover Macy's. In the back, they got this little collection, okay? And everything is on sale. I think I paid $8 for this. Yeah, you heard it here. $8. It was originally supposed to be $58, I think. I made that up, but it felt like high. Was Nan Now Gran has become a YouTube member at my house. Thank you for being here. Analytical Blarney Stone, my babe. Copyright is how our Ray from Dallas took a long walk this month. Oy. And Free Kelsey says forensic. Hey, Will, are you here? Did you win your copyright? Just wondering because I won mine. And thank you, Stephanie Slaughters, for becoming a YouTube member at my house. And Courtney, I wanted to say this, just off 10K for Turtle Boy. Okay, well, so now I'm going to get a little competitive. not against Will, but let's do some competition here. Let's do for Thickums Thursday. Let's see what we could do. It's not going to be like a whole scheduled thing. You know, we're just going to go through kind of what Aiden's case is, why it matters, and let's raise some money for the doctor. Let's just absolutely shove it directly up every hater's asshole. And we still got turtles to free. And thank you, Jen, Dr. Jen, okay, for being a member at my house for 4 months consensually. US Lily just gifted 10 Nurse Kim memberships like a baller. Where are we? At the Centerfolds in Worcester? You know it. Cassie Baby gifted 5 Nurse Kim memberships. Giving out a fin bar? I'm obsessed with you. Thank you, babe. And to Chrissy giving 5 Nurse Kim memberships. Listen, Joseph Kane used to dole them out one by one. I've got women. I've got strong women supporting women. Just giving out that big money. Big, like, just more than one at a time. We don't dance for dollars here. And to James, thank you so much for gifting 5 Nurse Kim memberships. I really appreciate you, babe. And to you, US Lily, stop. This is too kind. Gifting another 5 memberships. And Sarah Be Creative. Everyone thinks something's wrong with me. And boy, are they right. This is for you, my love, and all the things you do. Free Kimmy from Fucktards. Babe, let's make a shirt. Free Thickums from Fucktards. I makes sense. And it would be for our Jimmy, too. Kimmy, help Jimmy. Free him from Fucktards. And to Priscilla Thompson for being a member here for 3 months. Prayers for Pawtucket and Johnston, Rhode Island. Yes, babe, I totally agree with you. And to Tortoise Interference, 15 months. Honey, I've held you captive. Are we having a relationship right now that you feel as though you have to love me? Do you have, I don't know. This feels wrong. I must let you go. Be free, my friend. I'm just so glad to be here. Free to be you and me. All right, well, stay with me then. I love you. I want you to be here, but I do feel it might be aggressive. Cheryl with an S has been a member for 11 months. She goes, I'm not new. I'm not new, bitch. I know you. Clutch, clench, Kegel. And that's what we're going to be leaving with. Thank you so much for the super sticker, Mama She. You're too kind. I love everything about you. Listen to me, guys. We have to right now, because I've been sweating. When I tell you whatever disease, whatever viral situation has attacked our immune system, it's got me sweating. It's got me bitchy. It's got me blowing my nose to the point where I'm like, I have a nose in need deserves puffs indeed. Not even fucking helping. I need to put some Aquaphor under my nose, throw some Vicks on my chest and my feet, put a pair of socks on, and I don't know, hibernate. Put me in a fucking tree at this point, like wrap me in a down comforter and wake me up in the spring. I'm fucked here. I feel like garbage, hot, flaming garbage shit. You know, and then the Theraflu is going to give me false confidence. That's what it does, because I OTC my way out of everything over the counter. And I'm going to sit here and I'm going to go, I'm fine for 3 hours. I'm going to try to do all the things. And then I'm going to crash and I'm going to feel like death. Also, I woke up in the morning. You ever wake up and feel like you were chewing on a leather boot? I don't know how to describe that other than I don't know what a leather boot tastes like, but I believe it. Like, I'm like, oh, she was gnawing on a leather boot. I absolutely had to have been snoring because my mouth was like this. You know, couldn't, sorry. It's rough out here in these streets, okay? The O of O didn't help me. Or maybe it kept it at bay. My lymph nodes are blown the fuck out my neck. You want to talk about thickums, babe? I look like I might have a thyroid condition with this thick neck. I'm like, oh, if I touch there, I'll die. But right here, oh, she's a big bitch. All right. So before we go, we're going to listen to the one, the only Toy from Roundhouse Media, who created me a fucking banger. Because if we're going to sweat to the good stuff. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, JK. How do I do this? Oh, she forgets. I'm delusional. Here it is. Oh, but I don't want it to be on a weird speed. Hold on, guys. You're very pretty. And the smartest. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. And we'll be here back for Thickums Thursday. Want to do a members only if I feel better tomorrow night? Okay, love you. Let's play it. Boo-bee-doo-bee. Thank you, Toy. Thank you, Roundhouse Media. Thank you to everyone who clutches, clenches, and kegels with me. Go watch your Dr. Turtle Boy.
Clench. Kegel. Here we Scalpel so sharp when I step on the scene. Facts on deck, my cut so clean. Dear little sweet, baby Jesus, grab that spleen. I clock your vitals while you spill that tea. Truth got pulse, you flatland on me. I scrub and clean while y'all talk cheap. I chart receipts, no gossip sheets. Next patient, please, I don't treat deceit. Clutch those pearls, bitch, breathe. This is Nurse Kim's creed. Facts stay raw, I don't plead. Mic in my hand like Ivy's feet. Going for pressure, that's the Boston way. I bleed, no cap, truth in my veins. Runs facts all day. Talk your shit, but mind your speed. Cause clutch is part of the creed. Talk your shit, I sterilize scenes. Burn through lies like I'm autoplay steam. Mask on tight, can't breathe my air. Pressure so thick, it'll cold you there. Vitals jump when I walk in clean. Truth gets served while you spill that tea. Calm as a cut, no shakes, no plea. I make the facts bleed, pretty for free. Clutch those pearls, bitch, breathe. This is Nurse Kim's creed. Facts stay raw, I don't plead. Mic in my hand like Ivy's feet. Going for pressure, that's the Boston way. I bleed, no cap, truth in my veins. Runs facts all day. Talk your shit, but mind your speed. Cause clutch is part of creed.
Thank you, Lovey.
You still with me, lovies? Don't chase clout, chase context.
Don't ever chase clout.
Oh, dear sweet baby Jesus.
Woo!
Half these takes need triage. Read this chart back,
Word for word.
Every line I spit is a fact confirmed. Perception versus projection, same disease. Only truth gets sanitized by me. Blues Clues, motherfuckers is Debbie. Clutch those pearls, bitch, breathe. This is Nurse Kim's creed.
Mwah. Love your face. Talk to you soon. Bye.
All right, great job on the news.
Thank you.
We will, Courtney and I will share what happened when we went to dinner last night, Sunday dinner, coming up. And as